Right then guys, how's it going, and welcome back to another pre-match chat video. Newcastle taking on Burnley, 3 o'clock at St James's Park. Just walking up into town now. It's coming up to 12:30, so we've still got a few hours before kick-off. Some time to settle my nerves before I make my way up to the game. Obviously we played Norwich on Tuesday night and we didn't get the win. Everyone has been talking about these two as being the must-win games for us, especially when you look at the fixtures in December. We have some very tough fixtures in December. So these are the two games everyone's looking at for Newcastle to finally get their first win. We couldn't do it against Norwich, albeit with 10 men for 80 minutes of the game. I was so 50-50 when I came out of that match because I just think the build-up to that Norwich game was so big. Despite the fact that we'd absolutely ran our hearts out, ran our legs off or whatever, even at the end of the game I was still egging them on to try and win. You know, the Bradco was taking his time. I think Eddie Howard said to them, you know, at this point, don't go and lose it now, you know what I mean? Just nip across this road. So we did the sensible thing. I think at the end of the day, if we'd won that game 1-0, it would have been incredible. But at the same time, against any Premier League opposition, and walking away with a point with 10 men for the majority of the game, I think you've got to say is a good result. Now moving into this Burnley game, to start with Burnley, I mean, they're coming up to St James's Park to take on a team who are bottom of the league and still haven't won yet. So it wouldn't surprise me if Burnley were the favourites going into this, and just the fact that, you know, they're coming up to take on Newcastle side who haven't won. So as much as we can say, you know, it's a big game for us, we've got to get the job done, you know, they're looking at it the exact same way. They will be preparing themselves to take on, as I say, a Newcastle team who are really down on their luck at the minute, and, you know, 14 games without a win. They're going to be wanting to make it 15. Would Burnley be happy with a point? I don't know. I think Burnley have been very strong over the last 7 or so games. I think they've only lost 1 in the last 7. I think they've drawn 5, maybe won 1. So they're not losing many games. I think they're a tough team to break down, and, you know, quietly and chugging along and picking up the points as they go. I don't know if they will be looking at it for themselves as a chance for them to get 3 points today as well. But as for Newcastle, well, for starters, we saw Federico Fernandez come on and have an absolute blinder of a game once he came on to replace Fraser after Clark got sent off. Manquillo came back in, looked good. Lewis came in, I thought he looked good as well. You know, I understand why Richie gets a game, because obviously Eddie Howe knows them and he possibly trusts them a little bit more. But for me, I think we've got to do the same things we did against Norwich. Go out there, try and win the game. Do it with the same back four, keep it as a 4. Shaw and Fernandez. I think Fernandez has to play. I think the amount of Newcastle fans who have been shouting for Fernandez, I'm just slowing down now, so I am heading into Dog and Parrot as normal. For me, Federico Fernandez has to play. You know what, I don't think he will though. I actually don't think he will. I think Lascelles is coming back from suspension. He's obviously the club captain. If it was me, I would play Fernandez. If Lascelles has to play, because that's what Eddie Howe wants to do, I would go Fernandez and Lascelles. Just that way it means that he's kind of getting what he wants in playing the captain. And at the end of the day, although Lascelles has been pretty pants recently, I would still say that, you know, there's definitely a player in there. We've seen it before. I just think that organisational skills just aren't his forte. I think to say that about a captain isn't great, to be honest, but I think alongside Fernandez, I think he almost gets a hold of him and does the organisation for him. If I had to put a prediction on it, I think I already went 2-1. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet. We've not done that yet. But honestly, as I said on the walk up, with it absolutely chucking it down, the rain stopped now, thankfully. I can see it being 0-0, to be honest, which isn't what we want. think before the Norwich game I was getting really like excited, nervous for it. Whereas this game I feel almost a little bit more relaxed, to be honest. And I don't know if that's because we've kind of already failed at the first hurdle against Norwich and now we're kind of, what do we expect from today? Or whether it's because I genuinely feel like with 11 men we have a shot today. I don't know. Let me know down below what you think is going to happen in today's game, or if you're watching it late, let me know how you think it went. It's a big one and I'm hoping we'll get the job done.